It was just too precious. And I was like, they're not going to want to sit here for 45 minutes and listen to anybody be precious. And then afterwards, she was kind of like, oh, okay.
Breaking today, Hollywood legend Brooke Shields has spoken out.
So, here's the setup. Hollywood legend Brooke Shields, who's been in the public eye since she was basically a kid, finally spilled the tea on her awkward experience with Meghan Markle at the South by Southwest Festival. And let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. Brooke sat down with India Hicks on her Substack and shared what went down. And honestly, it was brutal in its honesty. She basically said Meghan was too precious, going on and on about her infamous When I Was 11 commercial story. You know, the one about the dish soap ad that supposedly inspired a feminist awakening. Except Brooke wasn't having it.
About her horrendous encounter on stage with Meghan Markle at the South by Southwest Festival, and it's clear that the two divas didn't get on at all. Angela Levin, our royal mastermind, here with this. We're going to show you what Brooke Shields had to say in just one moment. But Angela, this is fascinating, isn't it? Because Brooke Shields, a total legend, and she makes it so clear that she just couldn't put up with Meghan's nonsense. Now, Angela, I'm sure a lot of A-listers have felt this in the past, but don't you find it fascinating that Brooke Shields is going on the record, is prepared to now say this? It feels like a bit of a tipping point. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Because she could, that happened a year ago. She could have done it then, but obviously she's sort of burst open now to say what she wanted to say for the whole year. And actually to be honest about it, tell her, will you shut up? You're talking a load of rubbish. And I think that it's good of her. You know, she didn't want people sitting there listening to her for 45 minutes, she said, too boring for words. And she just said how awful it is that she's talking about when she was 11, when she talked about women, not all women should wash up. Remember that? She claimed that she sent a letter off. But in fact, the truth was that it was a class thing that they did, not just her, and that her father suggested it.
Totally, exactly.
And it was
So that whole story is questionable anyway. But I think, Angela, what is really, really interesting is that there was also an encounter off stage. And Brooke Shields, in this interview with India Hicks on her Substack, An Unexpected Journey, makes it clear that Ms. Markle, the fake Duchess, she wasn't happy with being challenged. So why don't we take a watch at what Brooke Shields says, and we'll discuss more on the back, Angela.
God, did I tell you?
No.
Oh, God, I don't know if you'll have to cut this out, but you might. I don't know. You'll decide later, okay?
This is the best bit of all.
This is the best bit of all. So, I don't know if I'm going to get hated, but I get a call from Katie Couric, and she's doing South by Southwest. Big. They're closing the middle arena. We're closing it out. We're the only one. It's thousands of people. It's Katie Couric, Meghan Markle, and a doctor. And Katie asks me to be a part of it. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. You know what? Just do it. Just go talk about what you need to. We get there. Katie asks the first question to Meghan and talks about how, at a young age, she was already advocating for women, et cetera. So she starts talking and telling a story about how when she was 11.
Imagine sitting on stage with Meghan Markle and Katie Couric in front of thousands of people, and Meghan starts repeating over and over again, when I was 11, Brooke's like, girl, enough already. So she interrupts with the funniest clapback. When I was 11, I was playing a prostitute. Boom. MIC drop. The crowd went wild. Everyone laughed. The atmosphere loosened up. Brooke was just trying to make it less heavy, less self-serious. But Meghan? Oh, Meghan was not amused.
And she keeps saying, well, when I was 11, I saw this commercial and they were talking about washing dishes, and only soap for washing dishes was for women. And she said, I didn't think only women wash dishes. It wasn't fair. So I wrote to the company. And when I was 11, I wrote my first letter, and then I was 11. And she kept saying she was 11. She writes to the company, they change the text, they change the commercial. And I go, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Guys, just interrupt you there for 1 minute. I was trying not to be rude, but I wanted to be funny because it was so serious. And I go, I just want to give everybody here a context as to how we're different. I said, well, when I was 11, I was playing a prostitute. The place went insane. And then luckily, it was more relaxed after that. And I was like, oh, I hope she doesn't think I'm rude. I'm not being rude. I was just sort of,
I think it's genius.
it was just too precious. And I was like, they're not going to want to sit here for 45 minutes and listen to anybody be precious, like, or serious or.
Definitely not on this podcast. There's no pressure.
Well, no, but like this was in front of, I mean, it was crazy. And then afterwards, she was kind of like, oh, okay. And I was like, let's just have some fun with it, you know? But it was
But
so
Katie
funny.
must have been brilliant because she's a wonderful moderator between the two of you.
She's so great. I mean, she does it in her sleep, I think.
Wow, Angela, I love Brooke Shields more than I've ever loved her after that moment, because just so much honesty, and it's the type of honesty that celebrities have not been prepared to express about Meghan Markle before. But Meghan Markle's going to be fuming about this one.
Yes. She will be hopping mad.
Yeah.
But
Because Brooke
actually,
Shields a massive star, Angela. I mean, come on, this is like a
yes.
household name all around the world.
Yes, but she was quite right. I mean, it is very funny that a woman who's had so much and is now 40, nearly 44, actually keeps on going back to when I was 11, when I was 11, when I was 11, as if this is the most important part of her life. What nonsense is that? You know, it's complete rubbish. And she couldn't take it, so she told her off, shut up. You know, who cares what you're doing when you're 11? I was doing much more interesting things when I was 11. And, you know, so shut up. This is supposed to be fun. They're supposed to enjoy it. You know, who the hell do you think you are? It's a big one, isn't it?
It's a really big one, Angela, because here's the thing. There was the possibility that that interaction could have taken place on stage. And if Ms. Meghan was the sort of kind, lovely, gentle, funny person that she makes herself out to be, well, her reaction to Brooke Shields after that moment would surely have been, oh no, it was brilliant. You made everyone laugh. It was brilliant, Brooke Shields. Thank you so much for bringing some levity to the event. Thank you. I don't for a single second think you did anything wrong. But it was so clear that that wasn't her reaction, Angela.
What struck me most in all of this is Brooke Shields' bravery. Not because she said anything particularly savage. It was just a joke. But in Meghan's world, humor is dangerous because it cracks the facade. Brooke showed that it's okay to laugh, and Meghan's inability to join in revealed how fragile her image really is.
No, she was going to just smash her up, and that was it, wasn't she? She had enough of it. She didn't want that. She didn't, you know, she wanted it to be more light-hearted. She's a strong woman. It'd be very interesting what happens to the Sussex group who don't like that at all. It would be very interesting to hear about that. But I wonder if they've got the courage to say, "How dare you?" But I hope they don't have the courage. But she's quite right. I mean, it was just the right thing to do at some point. And I'm sorry that she didn't do it earlier. But the thing about Meghan is that when someone said something about her or really criticised her, and this is one especially about being 11, she then waits to find a way to get her own back. That's what she's done, hasn't she, with her father, with the royal family, with any friend. We shall have to wait and see what happens. But it's very good that Brooke Shields actually done it and done what a lot of people have wanted to do but haven't dared to, because she's very spiteful.
Absolutely. And I think the thing is, Brooke Shields is one of those people, she's had a huge career. She's pretty beloved overall. And I don't really think she needs anything from Meghan Markle. And I certainly don't think she needs to fear Meghan Markle in any way either. So I absolutely loved it. Now, Angela, you are, of course, Prince Harry's biographer. You spent all of that time with him. And you wrote this seminal book on Prince Harry, but I feel like he's hit a new low this week, Angela. And I mean, that's a surprising thing to say, given that there have been so many lows in recent years. But this is after this story in the Mail on Sunday at the weekend. Prince Harry sought advice from Princess Diana's brother, asking if he should change his family name to Spencer. Now, obviously, Angela, my point of view on this is like, just do it. It would actually be the greatest thing that could ever happen to the royal family, because it wouldn't put King Charles or Prince William in that really difficult position where they would have to go to Parliament and try and strip the titles and everything, because they could say, well, look, this is a choice Harry has now made. But what did you make of this story? And are you shocked by the depths that he's now plumbing to sort of get attention, to hurt his dad, and to almost like provide the ultimate insult to the royal family?
Yes, I actually feel that he's thought, perhaps with the help of Meghan, to find something that would really wipe them out and make them so unhappy, because they've lost the they've tried so hard to be rude and nasty, but it's just gone smoothly because nobody's answering her, but this or him. But this time I thought it was absolutely hideous that you could take away your father's name, Mountbatten Windsor, and actually want to go on the other side of the family and take Diana's name, Spencer. What's interesting is Earl Charles Spencer said to him, look, you shouldn't really do that. You really shouldn't. Now, he is not a great pal of King Charles. It doesn't like him. He doesn't like any of the royal family much. As he said, he was going to look after the children rather than let the family do it. But
Meanwhile, Harry's name change done exposes how lost he is. If you're in your late 30s and still trying to reinvent yourself by clinging to your mother's maiden name, something has gone seriously wrong. Instead of honoring Diana, it cheapens her legacy. As for Meghan's brand, it's collapsing in real time.
If he can say that about him, you can realize how shocking and disgusting it is, and it will wound the king and wound William very much, I think, if he tries to go along with this. Again, it's a sort of long, drawn out thing to do in court. So, it'd be back for him to go to the court. But it is so revolting. And I wondered as well whether Meghan didn't stop him. And I thought to myself, well, there must be something there. And then I realised that a little one, that Lilliput, her second name is Diana. And if they all change their name to Spencer, then her daughter would be Diana Spencer, which actually somehow is very unpleasant. And that she's been equally, perhaps, cunning and spiteful to get this done, because she thinks that's great. She would have a title. She wouldn't have the title she's got now. But actually, you're really cutting yourself off from such an amazing family that is what is loved by people all around the world. We even saw in Canada how popular the king and the queen were, and that he wants to smash it and she wants to smash it. And despite the fact that he's ill with cancer, it doesn't matter at all. Now, you would think that somebody who was actually saying to his father, through the lens of a BBC, I really want to calm, I want to make friends again, I want to be everything else again. If you take away the other horribleness he said, that was phony, because you don't then say a few weeks later, I want to change my name because I want absolutely nothing to do with you. So there we have a king who's really doing his best and he's trying to keep going. I mean, he actually has had cancer since January a year ago. So it's a long time. And he's not taking that into account. It's taking it into account to be spiteful and nasty. And I'm sorry, because when I was with him, he was a nice guy. And now, actually, I think it's absolutely hideous thing to do. if you don't like your parents, go away, leave them. You don't have to have that,
Stop trying to
keeping
destroy
on
them.
and on. This is
Exactly.
beyond
And now with
anything.
the leak of this story, which is designed to just cause more hurt and more
Yes.
pain. I am interested, Angela, in your view, though, about how Meghan Markle really feels about this. Because, of course, in With Love, Meghan, she made this huge deal and she really took down Mindy Kaling, didn't she, for referring to her as Markle, and claimed publicly that she has now embraced this last name of Sussex. Watch this. But first, we've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now, one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Lake, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are actually nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance. Some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Now, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So that he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. He says it's almost like Photoshop for your face, and you may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off your appearance in under 2 minutes. So in light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Lake has released a step-by-step video to the public. It is free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. And he says if this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, he will be thrilled knowing he helped. The video's gone viral. It started on Facebook. There's been well over 2 million views now. And I mean, women all around the world, thousands of women actually, are reporting they look decades younger. One commented, best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you. So you can find out more about this yourself right now at bhmd1.com/outspoken, or just click on the link in the description box below. That's probably easy, but let me repeat the address: bhmd1.com/outspoken. Dr. Lake does ask one thing from his viewers. If watching the video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share it with your friends and loved ones, because together we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video right now at bhmd1.com/outspoken, or just click on the link in the description box below. But now, back to the show.
The pineapple clip is a perfect metaphor. Trying desperately to present something groundbreaking, but delivering something everyone's seen before, and looking silly in the process. And don't even get me started on the Beckhams. If Brooklyn and Nicola think Meghan Markle is the answer to their problems, they're in for a rude awakening. At the end of the day, Meghan and Harry's biggest enemy isn't the press, or the royal family, or even outspoken critics. It's themselves. Every decision they make screams bitterness, desperation, and pettiness. And the world is finally catching on.